Everything's going well, super excited, motivated, and everything's going super good.
We're about to test out each other's, training methods. We're gonna all brainstorm, put some good shit together, bring it.
It's actually good to be away from home, away from, the bad stuff.
Nobody can do it for you. You know what I mean? You got to push yourself. You got to want it for yourself, and you got to keep wanting it once you get to that level. Like I said, just seeing him do it, it show why he's the champion that he is.
And I know how hard I work. And I've always said the fights are won in the training camps.
This is where you find out all the things about yourself. With all these voices in your head, you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep pushing. It's so much more mental. Your body is gonna be like, I don't wanna work. But the part where you just keep pushing, it's you and your own thoughts right here. That's
What if the biggest story in boxing right now isn't about who Gervonta "Tank" Davis is fighting next?
Get yourself, baby. There's the morning session, the 6 a.m. session. So this morning we did our run, and I'm starting the sprints. I introduced them slowly to regular, and then we did incline sprints. So we can get a lot more lactic acid, but it's an incline, so it's not going as fast, but still fast enough. Like see that second wind? Remember I told you? It's there. I got it up, but we got to continue that. You brought the pressure, I got to continue it. So it's important to have that wavelength and have that program set for that. And then we got to go to boxing gym after. I'm going to give him a break, 3-4 hours, and then sleep, get some food in you, rest, a lot of water. Fascia system needs hydration.
But about who he's standing next to every single day. The moment fresh footage started surfacing of Tank grinding through brutal workouts alongside David Benavidez under the watchful eye of Jose Benavidez Sr., the entire boxing world hit pause.
It's the shot you guys should practice the most. Yeah. Sometimes we don't land off top, but we have to keep working at it, bro, because if you can land the jab, bro, you can land everything else. And it sets everything up. Let's say I want to throw a jab here, his head, his attention, if I throw a jab, it'll be here, and I come with a body shot. All right? You know what I mean? Or I can touch like that.
That's a good
Fans immediately started asking the same question. Is this just another training camp, or are we watching the beginning of a completely different version of Tank Davis? And that's where things get interesting. Everything about this camp suggests it isn't built around comfort. It's built around pressure, discipline, and pushing every limit possible. Morning hill runs, endless conditioning, technical drills, strategy sessions, recovery routines, and an atmosphere where every workout feels like a championship fight before the real fight even happens.
Step jab. All right, let's keep punching. Go switch. Ready? Go. Rip him out.
Oh, God.
How big is that? All the way up. Work. Get that shot right there. Ready? There you go. Shut breath. Come on.
According to people around the camp, Tank isn't just training harder. He looks mentally refreshed. He has openly talked about enjoying the chance to focus on boxing without outside distractions. And that single detail has fans wondering whether this could be the reset his career needed.
You really know, believe in yourself, believe in your skills. I'm not trying to let fear Basically, that's what it is. I'm getting hit. I'm not letting that f with me. I'm trying to know what I can do, think of how to do it, see it, see how you could enter, see how you could exit, and see how you could defend. That's all it is. You're just trying to look for the best possible outcomes in whatever decision it is in the ring. But the thing about that makes the professional game fun is that every decision I'm trying to make, I'm trying to put you to sleep.
This isn't only about fitness, because the real storyline may be unfolding inside the gym. Instead of simply sparring, Tank and David Benavidez appear to be exchanging ideas, comparing techniques, studying each other's strengths, and challenging one another every day. Imagine two elite fighters sharpening different weapons at the same time.
Understand that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you asked for.
All day. There you go. That's it. That's it.
There you go.
Round.
We got some sparring in. It's a good opportunity to show the fans some good boxing. You know, at the end of the day, you know, they get excited to see me. I give them some rounds, and I leave them wanting for more. We had a great day. Did some good sparring, and yeah, man, keep working.
Working in our camp, everything's going well, super excited, motivated, and
Benavidez brings relentless pressure and volume, while Tank continues refining the explosive timing and precision that have made him one of boxing's biggest stars. Suddenly, this isn't just training anymore. It's a collision of styles, philosophies, and championship mindset.
You know, enjoy myself and be back. My headspace that I'm in now is way better than what I was before, and that matters to me.
1, 2, 3.
I'm looking at it now, it's just like, I don't know, probably.
This is the use of boxing. And on top of that, for the guys that take off time, he's been ready no matter what. He's been training, he stayed consistent, he stayed disciplined, because he was born for this to become.
Then another
best.
layer gets added. Jose Benavidez Sr. has repeatedly praised Tank's natural talent, suggesting that when he is fully focused and committed, very few fighters can match him. That's a massive vote of confidence coming from one of boxing's most respected trainers. Naturally, fans started connecting the dots.
I ain't gonna lie, the first time I fought, I was about to go out in the tunnel, and then the people, like, they were screaming. I just shut the curtains because I was, like, nervous type stuff. But now it's like, I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I mean?
Man, you know, Tank, man, is a great fighter, man. When he trains, he's an animal. He's a beast. He's one of my favorite fighters, too. I will have to go with Tank, man. Like I said, you know, if he has a good preparation, he's a monster. He's a little Mike Tyson, man. He's a beast, you know. If he trains. Now, if he doesn't train, he doesn't look like when he have. Yeah, but you know, everybody says that. But when he fought Gamboa, he didn't look that good, you know.
you look great against me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that no, that's what I'm saying. You know, when he trains, bro, he looks super, man. He looks super good, you know. But hopefully he takes things serious, and I think he'll.
Is this partnership temporary? Is it permanent? Could this become one of the sport's biggest coaching stories? Nobody seems to have all the answers yet, and that uncertainty has only fueled more discussion across the boxing community. Meanwhile, footage of Tank wearing a sauna suit, flying through lightning-fast shadowboxing combinations, powering through conditioning circuits, and pushing himself during technical sessions has only added to the excitement. Every clip sparks another debate.
Jose Benavidez coach a co-main event and a main event.
What happens when that happens?
Jose training Tank.
Jose's training Tank. That's the rumor. How y'all feel about that? How does that work? I'm not sure if that's a great matchup.
I feel like there's some comfort there.
Is that what it is?
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's some.
They both killers.
He's down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Washington.
Yeah, he's between
Seattle, Washington, Florida, Arizona, Vegas.
Yeah. He be everywhere.
Yeah. Which might match the lifestyle of Gervonta Davis. You know.
Yeah. Surprising to see it. I think. But I feel like he's comfortable with Jose, and just telling y'all what I know. Sometimes that's all it takes. Whatever's gonna get this light flip up turned on and keep it on, sometimes it's comfort. I just need somebody that I feel comfortable with, that I can be myself with, and that, you know, when I'm ready to move, they moving. When they ready to move, I'm moving. And I feel like he thinks he has that.
Every training video becomes another headline. Every interview creates another theory. And here's where the conversation takes another turn. Former world champion Shawn Porter has publicly discussed the possibility that a fresh coaching relationship could help unlock another level of Tank's game. Not because Tank suddenly forgot how to fight, but because even elite athletes sometimes benefit from hearing familiar lessons delivered in a completely different voice. That idea alone has divided boxing fans. Some believe change creates growth.
Jose and Tank.
It's their business, but I just don't. I don't add up the beef with him and Calvin Ford, really. I guess Calvin may have done an interview or two that Gervonta didn't like, but it's like, that
made no sense, man.
Look, I remember when I saw Truck Simpson spar before Truck tailed off, when he had promise. No offense, Truck, you know, much love to you. But when Truck was 18, 19 years old, and it was like, oh, this kid, he has talent. He has real upside. He threw his punches in the same way Gervonta Davis did. He had a lot of the same kind of rhythm that Gervonta did, and that's what made me go, Calvin is a good trainer. Even though Calvin didn't move the needle for Jahan Ingram over the weekend. Jahan Ingram lost to Devin Cushing. It didn't look like Calvin had a big impact on him winning. He wound up losing to Devin Cushing. Devin Cushing, bigger guy anyways. But when I saw Truck do that, I go, okay, so Calvin has an imprint. He has a system. There's a way a guy he builds from scratch in the Baltimore amateur program looks. And so that made me lend more credence to Calvin's work. I just remember, like, Tank being in the gym for the Santa Cruz fight, came in heavy and was in Floyd's gym, and he didn't, like, that spark didn't come and Floyd was trying to get it out of him. Wasn't really happening in the first couple weeks. He had to wait to wire. He had a couple months until the Santa Cruz fight date. But once Calvin came to the gym from Baltimore,
Others argue that longtime coach Calvin Ford played an irreplaceable role in developing Tank from a young prospect into one of boxing's biggest names. Both sides have passionate arguments, and neither seems willing to back down. Then the online speculation really started accelerating. Social media exploded with theories about why Tank might have wanted a different environment.
Gervonta Davis and that particular camp was the fact that there's so many paid snitches in his camp. It was replete with family members and other people who, whenever they got a piece of information about Gervonta Davis, would try to go out and give that information to somebody else in exchange for money. So Gervonta is looking up at the internet, seeing what's being said about him, hearing this information coming out about himself and saying, man, where is this coming from? Originally, and this was a couple years ago, I remember when Gervonta started getting upset with it and he started blocking people and getting mad about stuff. And he started telling Kenny and Calvin, you know, that basically not to be announcing things, not to say things about who he's going to fight next or what he's going to do next, because Gervonta started getting irritated about that. I also know that Calvin Ford stopped talking to the media for a long period of time. Kenny Ellis stopped talking to the media about Gervonta in that way because they were appeasing Gervonta and Gervonta's desire to have that information kept in-house, right? So to the extent that they were having conversations that Gervonta Davis didn't want to have, they had nipped that in the bud several years ago. However, what happened is you have family members and other members in the gym that have connections with people that have Twitter pages, connections with people that have YouTube pages, and they continued, the people with the Twitter pages and the YouTube pages continue to pay these people money for inside information about Gervonta.
Some fans suggested it was simply about chasing new ideas. Others believed a fresh atmosphere could help him block out distractions and focus entirely on becoming the best version of himself. At the same time, countless rumors continued circulating online about behind-the-scenes dynamic. But it's important to remember that many of those claims remain exactly that, online speculation without independent confirmation. What is clear is that Tank himself has spoken positively about his current mindset, saying he feels happier, more focused, and more motivated than he has in a long time.
Well, man, that's not that big a deal. You know, you go and, people know, it happens all the time where you have spies in camp. Like one particular incident that I know about that really enlightened me to that problem in boxing was when Andre Ward was fighting Sergey Kovalev, and Andre Ward was just being very vocal about knowing what was going on with John David Jackson and what was going on with Sergey Kovalev. And he was telling basically, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're drinking this, and you're drinking this, and you're doing that, and your problem was here, and your problem is there. Andre Ward knew the whole thing. How? Because he had a spy in the camp. The problem with that with Gervonta is when you have spies around him in his family, in the gyms in Baltimore, you have people that leak information that are trying to harm him, right? Because people may be saying, man, where is Gervonta right now? Oh, I can find out where Gervonta Davis is. Get on the phone, call our boy. Is he in Baltimore? Is he? Nah, man, he's not in Baltimore. He's still over there and he's still in Florida. I heard last time I checked, he was at the gym. I gotta find me. I got him on my Find Me app. I can tell you where he is. And then all of a sudden, you got girls setting him up. And you got girls knowing exactly where he is, what he's doing. They can time him, set him up, all kind of stuff. Because he felt like he got set up in that last crime.
And honestly, that may be the biggest story of all, because boxing isn't just physical. Champions constantly remind us that the toughest opponent often lives inside your own head. Every hill sprint, every exhausting drill, and every difficult round in sparring becomes a battle between quitting and continuing. That's exactly the philosophy this camp appears to embrace. Keep going when your body wants to stop. Stay calm when the pressure rises. Trust your preparation when the lights shine brightest. Suddenly, every workout feels like another chapter in a much bigger transformation, and fans can't stop watching. Every new clip gets analyzed frame by frame. Every punch gets slowed down. Every movement becomes another conversation. Is Tank faster? Is he sharper? Is his footwork different? Has his confidence changed? The debates never end. Even the chemistry between Tank and David Benavidez has become part of the story, with both fighters seemingly pushing each other toward higher standards while exchanging ideas that could benefit them long after this camp ends.
This potential return for Gervonta, can you let us know a little bit about any news?
How would I sit there and say, when he make the phone call, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. That's all we're doing, just wait until we finish dealing with certain circumstances. And then that's out the way, we keep everything behind and just look forward to the future.
When's the last time you've heard from him? How is he doing?
Oh, he's doing great. He's doing great. His mental great. Kids great. Just, I would say, living life. Going through what fight. As you said, listen to JoJo's story. Everybody goes through something. And that's what's going to make them who they're going to be in the future.
This Schofield fight we've heard a little bit about. Is there truth to that? Is that a potential opponent?
Right now, it's going back and forth and back. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, once we see the contract, then we know it's a wrap. He's just talking right now.
What do you think of that potential matchup, though, for Gervonta?
All fights are good fights, especially when a kid or anyone comes prepared to fight. So you have to just wait and see.
Do you think it might be a little bit early for him? I know.
No, like I said, let's say when you look at the situation with Canelo fought Floyd, everybody thought that was early. You look at his career. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's just based on who formed that night when it comes to that.
That kind of environment doesn't just improve technique. It can completely reshape confidence. Then comes another fascinating twist. Calvin Ford has continued speaking positively about Tank despite no longer being with him every day. Rather than creating public drama, Ford has expressed confidence that Tank knows exactly what it takes to prepare for big fight. That mutual respect has surprised many observers who expected a much more dramatic storyline. Instead, what fans are seeing is something more complicated and, in many ways, more mature. Sometimes growth doesn't always look like conflict. Sometimes it simply looks like taking a different path, while respecting the one that brought you there. And maybe that's why this story has captured so much attention. It's not just about punches, it's about evolution. It's about whether one of boxing's biggest stars can reinvent himself without changing who he is. Every training session seems to raise expectations even higher. Every interview adds another layer. Every workout fuels another round of predictions. Some fans believe this could produce the most dangerous version of Tank Davis we've ever seen. Others insist the real answer won't arrive until the opening bell rings. And that's the beauty of boxing. No amount of training footage can settle the debate. No interview can guarantee the outcome. No prediction can replace what happens when two fighters finally step into the ring. Until then, every new video, every quote, every drill, and every glimpse inside camp keeps adding fuel to one of boxing's biggest conversations. So here's the question that refuses to go away. Are we witnessing the beginning of a new era for Gervonta "Tank" Davis? Or are expectations becoming even bigger than reality? The next fight may answer everything, or it may leave fans with even more questions than they have today.